In this video, you're going to have a quick challenge where you will need to create the intersection and difference of two sets. So we're going to use our set mySet and mySet2. And basically what you need to do is create a third set, which will be the intersection of mySet and mySet2, meaning that the new set is going to include only the common values between mySet and mySet2. And then you're going to create another set, which will include all the items which are not common between mySet and mySet2. So this is going to be the challenge. So intersection and difference. So at the moment you've got mySet and you've got mySet2. So you need to create int set and diff set. So a quick hint here, you're going to be using the method filter of arrays, all right, to solve this problem. So a quick reminder. So if you've got an array 1, 2, 3, for example, and you use the filter method, you pass to filter a function which will perform a test on these values, and then it's going to return true or false. So for example, let's say that's the function. Okay, so let's use an arrow function. So each item, let's say that you're just going to return whether the item is greater than 2 or not. Right, so in this case, we're going to go through the elements. So the first one doesn't fulfill the condition, the second one doesn't, and the third one does. So the final array is going to show only the last one. All right, so if we test this, we get an array of one element 3. So this is a quick reminder of the method filter. So I suggest you pause the video here, solve the problem, and then come back once you're done. All right, so hopefully you managed to find the solution. So as you expect, we're going to need to work with arrays here because we need to use the method filter of arrays. Now, what we can do is we can transform mySet, or the first set, to an array, and then use the filter method to check if the elements of the array are inside mySet2. So we're going to create a new array. So let's call it int array, like that. And this array is going to be the output of the filter method. So let's transform mySet to an array using the spread operator. And then use the filter method to check if the elements inside this array are inside mySet2. And as you know, to do that, we're going to use the has method of the set. So we're checking if the item is inside mySet2. So now let's log the array and see what we get. Here we go. So just to make things clear, let's just log mySet and mySet2. So that's mySet and that's mySet2, and you can see that the common values are 1 and John. And here is our array. Now we want a set, so let's create a set, int set, from the array. And as you know, you can pass an iterable to the set constructor. And here we go. if we log int set, you get the right result. So you've got a set there, and that's going to be the intersection between set 1 and set 2. Now we're going to do the same thing to create the difference. And the code is going to be very similar. So we're going to create an array, and then we're going to use the array to create a new set. So I'm going to copy the code and just change it slightly. So this was the intersection, and this is going to be the difference. So we're creating a diff array. So we are going through the first set after transforming it to an array, and we're using the filter method. And this time we are looking for items which are not inside set 2. So we are returning the opposite of that. All right. So let's log diff array, and then let's create diff set using diff array. So let's see what we get. So now you can see that we're getting the object and body, and these are the different items, or items which are not common between the first set and the second set. But there is a problem here. We don't see the value high, which is also not common between the two sets. And that's because we only checked the values inside the first set and made sure that we pick the ones which are not common. But we didn't do that for the second set. So what we need to do, we're going to need to do the same thing for the second set. So I'm going to copy the same code and create a new diff array. And this time we're going to do that to the second set. And we're checking if the items are inside the first set. We're going to log the new diff array, and we're going to create a new diff set out of the new diff array, and let's log it. And now we get high. So you've got two sets here for the difference. That one and that one. All right. So now we want to combine these two sets to create our final difference set. Now, instead of creating a diff set every time, we can do something more interesting and create only one diff set out of the two arrays which we created so far. So you've got that array, and all we need to do is combine the two arrays inside a set. So we're going to pass to the set constructor both arrays. So let's try that and see if it works. And it doesn't work, right? Because we can't pass two arrays to the set constructor like this. So you need to pass only one array. So what we need to do, we need to pass one array, which is going to be the concatenation of the two arrays. So you can do that by going to the first array and using the concat method, to which you pass the second array. All right, so now you're creating a new array, which is going to be the combination of the two, and then you are passing that to the set constructor, and let's see if it works this time. And it does work, and this is the difference between the two sets. All right, so now hopefully you have a really good understanding of sets in ES6. So in the next video, you're going to learn symbols.